Hi Lewas, my name is Alison Joyce and I am a biracial Papua New Guinean. My mother is from Arawa in Bougainville and my father was from Melbourne in Australia. I am a professional vocalist with a certificate in contemporary music. I am also a certified yoga teacher and I'm currently completing a Bachelor's Degree in Psychological Science as well as a short course in Psychological Anthropology at the Australian College of Applied Psychology and Macquarie University in Brisbane, Australia. So far on my musical journey, I have been humbled and very blessed to have travelled the world performing. I've performed in China, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore, the United States, the United Kingdom, all through Europe, France, Germany and Spain, and of course my beautiful home country of Papua New Guinea, Australia, Fiji and many parts of the South Pacific. I've also been very fortunate enough to have worked with many of our incredible local artists such as Slum, B-Rad, AK-47, Justin Wellington, and I've been so lucky to support international artists such as Mario, Tevin Campbell, Jane, Little River Band, Peter Couples, many different artists. I'm so blessed and so humbled that this continues to grow and I get to work with such amazing local and global musicians. One of my biggest highlights so far was being asked to host the APEC CEO Summit in Papua New Guinea in 2018. That was a really proud moment for me, being able to represent Papua New Guinea on a global stage and introduce the world leaders. It was really incredible and I was very proud. I've been singing for nearly 20 years now. I always knew I wanted to sing. I think my biggest influences growing up were Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston, growing up in the 80s. After high school, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I was kind of just floating around and I ended up in Brisbane. And I was lucky enough to join some incredible bands who helped me to really grow and develop as an artist. So it was in Brisbane that I really began to develop and I honed my stage and performance skills. My vision in music, I believe that through music we can change the world. And in fact, for a start, we can change our home country of Papua New Guinea and the South Pacific. I've been releasing music in Papua New Guinea with a message in the hopes that we can raise awareness and shed light on issues that are affecting our nation, issues such as domestic violence, gender-based violence, global warming, mental health, all of these issues that we can often find difficult to discuss. I believe we can do that through music. Music is our universal language and it has the power to resonate with people all over the world, and especially our youth, that the next generation that's going to guide Papua New Guinea through its journey into becoming probably a first world country one day. These are the people that we need to reach, we need to share our gifts with as artists. My vision is to build a strong arts community in Papua New Guinea that supports our local talent and creates a sustainable industry for our talent. I started a movement called Conscious Collaboration, which is an opportunity for artists of all mediums to come together and work together to create art that serves a higher purpose, that highlights the issues that our nation and the greater South Pacific are facing. Along with music, I love writing. I've always written. I'm actually a published author and I've written a children's book. It's for sale at Theatist in Port Moresby. It's called Mr. Maple and the Most Marvelous Machine. And hopefully it will be a series of books. So I wrote Mr. Maple because I wanted to write a children's book that our children identified with. So all of our characters are from Papua New Guinea. Mr. Maple, who's the central character, he's modelled on my childhood. I remember growing up in Goroka, all the old men at the markets, growing up in the highlands, and Mr. Maple is very much a culmination of all of these characters that I remember from my childhood. My biggest obstacle to date has been my journey through alcoholism. Alcoholism is a serious disease. It affects so many people globally. I'm an alcoholic, and for years I was unable to admit that until I realized how serious it was. In Papua New Guinea, I feel that we have this culture of supporting binge drinking and alcoholism, and we rarely discuss the true effects and consequences, which can be dire. Domestic violence, gender-based violence, violence against children, violence in general. Alcohol fuels so many of these things, and I don't believe we talk enough about this in our country, especially amongst our young women. Our young women need to be aware of these dangers and what it can do to our health and our mental health. All of these things lead to other issues that can become exasperating and very, very dark. So I really believe we need to discuss this more. I was always very afraid to talk about it because I thought people would laugh at me or not take me seriously. It wasn't until I started practicing yoga that I learned how to love and respect myself, and then I admitted I had a problem and I began the healing process. So it's a daily process, it's a lifelong journey, it's one that I work on every single day of my life. But to get through things like this, I remind myself that I don't need alcohol to be liked, I don't need alcohol to fit in, and I definitely don't need alcohol to have fun. I love and respect myself for who I am, and that's all that matters. So my advice for young women, girls, anyone looking to get into the industry in Papua New Guinea or globally is to practice, 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 practice. I've always been an advocate for practice. We really need to hone our skills so that we can be the best. We need to learn how to perform on stage. We need to learn how to talk to an audience. If you have a band or you have friends around you that support you, get together and start practicing and start jamming, you know. Put a little video together, like a demo video, and send it out to all the agents in Moresby, like Next of Kin and Blue 7 and all of these people that book corporate bands for events. Send it to all the hotels. Send it to everyone you know. Put it online. We have so many platforms online: YouTube, Vimeo, all the distribution platforms, Instagram, Facebook. Get it out there and reach out to other artists. I know it can be difficult, and if the artists you reach out to don't respond, then they don't respond, and that's okay. But if you reach out to me, I can guarantee you I'll do my best to respond 100%. We're going to build an industry, so come along to my workshops. I have free workshops at the Moresby Arts Theatre. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to find out when they are. And these workshops are an opportunity to share knowledge with you and to give you advice and to let you know what support is available for us in Papua New Guinea and the South Pacific. I want to say a huge thank you to Lynu's Beauty for giving me the opportunity to share some of my story with you. I hope you all have an incredible month and a wonderful year ahead. And please stay safe, look after your health, and look after your heart and your soul. And please reach out to me. I'm always here on Instagram. Thank you.